Hello, and welcome to this introductory video on curriculum design. This module will provide you with an overview of the essential aspects of curriculum design in healthcare education. By the end of this module, you should be able to define the scope of curriculum design, identify common frameworks and strategies used in curricular planning, and describe common steps and components in designing curriculum in healthcare education. What exactly is curriculum design? Curriculum design is a term used to describe the purposeful, deliberate, and systematic organization of curriculum. The focus of curriculum design is to create an overall course blueprint or map. This map helps link course content to learning objectives and competencies. There are three basic types of curriculum design. The first type of design is subject-centered design, which focuses on a particular subject matter, such as math or biology, and describes what needs to be studied. One drawback of subject-centered design is that it's not always student-centered. The second type of design is learner-centered design, which takes the individual learner's needs, interests, and goals into consideration. One disadvantage to learner-centered design is that it can be labor-intensive and may not be feasible if you are planning a curriculum for a large group of learners. The third type of design is problem-centered design, which focuses on teaching students how to look at a problem and finding solutions. This design exposes students to real-world issues. The primary drawback of problem-centered design is that it doesn't always consider the individual learning styles of students. Instructors must choose a curriculum design method or a combination of methods that they believe will best address their goals for the curriculum and that best fit the needs of the students. After selecting an appropriate curriculum design method, a framework or methodological approach can be selected to walk instructors through the steps of developing a comprehensive curriculum. One example commonly used in healthcare education is Kern's 6-step approach. This approach breaks down the curriculum design process into steps, including identifying a problem, performing a needs assessment, developing goals and objectives, selecting educational strategies, implementing the curriculum, evaluating the curriculum, and getting feedback from students and stakeholders. These steps may be addressed sequentially. However, curriculum design is not always a linear process, and various steps may be addressed out of order as needed. Now that we know about the steps involved in curriculum design, let's break down the process a bit further. The first step is to identify a problem or topic area that the curriculum will focus on. Once a problem or topic has been selected, the next step is to perform a needs assessment, which includes identifying who the learners are and what information should be taught to help address the problem identified. Next, instructors will establish goals and objectives for the curriculum. Establishing curricular goals usually begins with identifying competencies, which are general statements that describe the desired knowledge, skills, and behaviors of a student after completing a course. Once the competencies are defined, learning objectives, which are generally more discrete, are mapped to each competency. Learning objectives are clear, concise statements that define the expected goals of a curriculum, course, lesson, or activity, and describe observable skills and knowledge that will be acquired by a student. Once competencies and learning objectives have been established, instructors can use a backwards design approach to work from the established objectives to create lessons that achieve the desired goals. Backwards design is focused primarily on student learning and understanding. One approach to backwards design includes 3 steps: identifying the desired results, determining acceptable evidence, and planning learning experiences and instruction. Once an instructor has established learning goals, competencies, and learning objectives, they must select educational strategies and instructional methods or modalities to deliver their planned curricular content. Instructional strategies lay out the plan for a learning experience, which can involve the use of various methods of instruction to achieve desired learning outcomes. Some examples of instructional modalities used to convey course content to learners include lectures, group discussions, cooperative learning, seminars, and asynchronous video content like this video. As you continue through the HPEER Fellowship, you will learn more about various teaching strategies and methods and have the opportunity to apply them through your work as a fellow. The process of curriculum mapping is another tool that can be used to align, visualize, and assess elements of a course such as learning objectives, instructional techniques, and assessment strategies. Educators use a variety of methods to visualize various aspects of a curriculum. Some examples include using a static table, developing a matrix within a spreadsheet, or using a web-enabled database. The curriculum mapping modality selected depends on the number of elements of a curriculum that will be tracked. Mapping a curriculum can improve the overall coherence of a course of study and, by extension, its effectiveness. After the curriculum has been built, it is time to implement. Course evaluation methods such as quizzes, exams, or projects can be used along the way to appraise student learning. Additionally, instructors can use various forms of assessment, such as climate surveys, to obtain feedback from learners about the course in order to improve student learning experiences. Some common evaluation frameworks used in health professions education include Miller's Pyramid of Assessment, which provides a framework for assessing learner competence, and Kirkpatrick's model, used for analyzing and evaluating the results of training and education programs. The results generated from course feedback may lead you back to one of the other steps in curriculum design, based on the changes that are needed. Remember, curriculum design is a cyclical process and requires you to continuously revisit curriculum to continue to optimize it. Let's review the overall curriculum design process one more time by using the development of this video as an example. When developing the Health Professions Education, Evaluation, and Research, or HPEER Fellowship, asynchronous content, the HPEER coordinating team identified a problem, which was the need for a high-level introductory video on what curriculum design is for incoming fellows. Next, we identified the need, which was developing introductory curriculum content for our learners, which are HPEER fellows. Using this information, we created 3 objectives to meet the needs identified, which were for fellows to be able to define the scope of curriculum design, identify common frameworks and strategies used in curricular planning, and describe common steps and components in designing curriculum in healthcare education. Next, we identified which educational modality would be most appropriate to meet our objectives. We opted for an asynchronous video format to introduce the basics of curriculum design. Throughout the HPEER Fellowship, you will learn more about the curriculum design process and will see further implementation of the curriculum design materials. For example, you will have opportunities to complete an assessment on your learning and satisfaction. This information will be used to further revise and develop the curriculum. We hope that this overview of the curriculum design process has further enhanced your understanding of the steps entailed in building a curriculum. We look forward to continuing conversations about curriculum design within the HPEER Fellowship and seeing future curriculum that will be developed by HPEER Fellows.